Hey y'all, welcome back. Um, we're gonna try something brand spanking new to me. I've never used anything like this before, ever. So we're gonna give it a try today. And this is new. This is the Let's Resin Silicone Putty. And it is a mixed ratio of 1-to-1 by weight. So we're gonna get my little scale here. Now, it says it's easy to use, no equipment's required other than your scale. You can make your own molds in minutes, and it's widely used in making molds for resin, clay, soap, candle, and more. So let's get this out of here. And it comes with a part B and a part A and nothing else. So the instructions on the back of the box, and then there's an expiration on top, and the side says the shore hardness is 40A, mix ratio 1-to-1 by weight, mixing time is 5 minutes, and curing time is 15 to 20 minutes. And so the measure by equal parts, part A, part B, mix and knead the putty together until a uniform color is achieved. Press a thin layer into the details of the original. Apply a thick layer to finish the mold. Let it fully cure for 20 minutes. Remove the fully cured mold from the original. And the finished mold is ready to cast any piece that you like. I kind of got ahead of myself because I'm doing voiceover because my microphone died. Sorry about that, guys. Never done voiceover before, so learning curve. So I'm not quite sure what I'm saying here because I don't remember. But now we're going to get to mixing this. So we're going to make a mold of the starfishes. I pulled out 3 sizes, and then I also pulled out the shells, also 3 sizes, or 4 sizes actually, a large, a medium, and 3 sizes in the starfish. And we're going to see how these turn out as far as making a mold of these. So basically, there's the part A. And I'm talking about the shells and the starfish. Now we're going to choose which ones I think we're going to make a mold out of. And it looks like we're going to choose the smaller starfish, and it looks like the medium size shell. Turned on the scale, and looks like we're going to measure this in ounces. Now I'm reading the box, trying to determine if there is a certain amount. So I pull off the lid, and I'm going to smell it because that's what I do. I smell things. And I will smell that one as well. It doesn't have a smell. Neither one of them do. It's kind of oily. So I'm going to pull out some of the product after I wipe the top off of this scale because I don't want to have any debris in my product. And now we're going to pull some of this out of the jar. We're going to weigh it and see how much we got. I'm just going to guess on how much I'm going to need. We're just going to roll it up in a little ball here, and we're going to put it on the scale. It's like 1.2 ounces. And of course, I don't like uneven amounts, so we're going to pull it out some more, and we're going to see if we can't get it to an even amount. I think we're going to try to go for 2 ounces here. Got 1.7, so we're going to try some more. Try to get it to 2 ounces even. Let's see what we have here. 1.8. So we're going to pull out a little bit more. That in there. Roll it around. And we got 2.4. So we're going to pull some back out. Oof, 2.1. Ah, exactly, 2.0. So that is the part B. I'm going to put the lid back on it. Cover it up. And I'm going to get a black magic marker, and I am going to mark the lid, part B, because I don't want to ever have to mix up the lids when I put them back on. And now we're going to get out the part A and see if we can measure the part A and get 2 ounces of that. Wipe off the scale first. All right. Now we're going to see how close we can come on the first try. Oof, 2.8, 2.4, 2.2, 2.1. Now it says 2.1 and I thought it said 2.0, so good thing I looked back because it wasn't at 2.0. So I had to go back and take a little more off to get it 2.0. It still said 2.1, so I took a little bit more off. Now it's 2.0. Now we're going to close that up, and we're going to get to mixing. And this has to be mixed until it's a uniform color, all one color. Kind of really got stuck to the mat there. It's the consistency of like pizza dough or Play-Doh. Not as rough as Play-Doh though. So we're just going to mix it until it becomes a uniform color. And the working time for this product is 5 minutes. So that includes the mixing time. Getting closer. It's looking pretty mixed. Looks pretty good. All right, now we're going to take a chunk off of there. Looks like we're going to cut it in half, actually, which ends up being way too much for that little piece. For that little starfish. I'm going to press that down inside there. And I pressed way too hard because that's what caused the those little bumps on top of the starfish to go all the way through. So I decided to pick it back up, roll it again, and cut it in half to a more sizable ball. It's a little more consistent for the size of the starfish. And then I change my mind and I go with the bigger one. Nope, then I change my mind, then I change my mind again. And here's where I made the mistake. I kept pressing and pressing, and I pushed those bumps on the starfish all the way through, and I probably shouldn't have done that because that's what made the holes. Now we're going to pick up the second one, and we're going to cut it in half, roll it up in a ball, and get it ready for the next piece. And there I go again, pushing down in that center, that starfish, pushing it further down. And I guess I decided to do the bigger shell. Press that down inside there. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have pushed the shell in the other direction versus maybe that direction. I don't know. So that the curve was down versus up, but then you wouldn't have got the detail. So here I'm just going around the edges and shaping it. And I pushed a little too far on that side and pushed the edge all the way outside of the mold. So I took a little bit off the other and rebuilt that side. Now I'm forming around the shell to make sure I get all the edges. All the detail on the edges. Pressing it down. Just want to make sure I get all the details around that edge. Back to the other one, making sure all the details are around the edge and forming it. Seems like a really long 5 minutes, doesn't it? It says you only have 5 minutes to work with it, but it seems like a long 5 minutes. And it was still very pliable at this point. Forming the next piece. And we're going to put starfish in there. Don't know why I chose that one versus the other one. Pressed it down there. Now I'm going to mess around with the sides. Tried to pull it off there, but it was stuck to the glass. And push, push, push. That's how the little bumpies went through the back. Just not enough room on that piece of glass for those 3 pieces. I should have used something else. And I pushed that top piece of that starfish clear out of the mold, so I had to steal some from the other one so I could build that piece up on that end. I think I'm being a perfectionist here. And I decided to get a stick, a popsicle stick, because I thought that would be easier to push around these edges and smooth it out a little bit better. Make it a little easier, a little more uniform around the edge. And it did work better than my finger. Now we will wait the 20 minutes and we'll see you back when they're done. Okay, y'all. It's been 20 minutes. I think they feel sticky, but not sticky. You know what I mean? I think it's from the oil on the thing. So I guess we'll try and get them out of here. See what happens. Oh, they just pop right out. Well, looky there. Is that not cool or what? Huh. That's cool. Very detailed. Very detailed. Let's try this one. Wow, look at that. Very detailed. I mean, it picked up that little line on that shell. That's crazy. Craziness. See how this one looks. Huh. So, shall we pour something in here? It's definitely not a transparent mold, so, but I'm still curious if you can use UV resin in this, because it doesn't say. So let me grab some UV resin, and we're going to use, because I want it to be white, let's use the Let's Resin. And we'll see. It's like I want out. Feels gushy. Under there. I can't tell. See right there, it feels gushy. But I'm afraid to take it out. Oh, no, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, it's a little. Come here. Look at there. I mean, just right there is where it didn't cure all the way, but I mean, everything else turned out really good. Look at there. I mean, it's a pretty close match. Just right there on that top is where it didn't cure all the way. Under the, with the UV, but other than that, it is a doggone close match. Look at that. So now I can make my own shells. Obviously, I'll make them with resin, but I just, for the video purposes, I wanted to show you what they look like coming out of the mold. Huh, very cool. Now I can make my own shells. Obviously, that's supposed to be hollow, but look at that. Very cool. It even got the line on there from that shell. So yeah. So that's pretty cool, you guys. You can make your own little mold if you need something. I've got to fill those in. I can't pour anything in them until I fill that back in. So you can make your own little molds of things that you have trouble finding, like I do here, for shells or these starfishes, or I mean anything that you have trouble finding. Make a little mold of it with this stuff. quick, it's easy, it doesn't take very long. It takes 20 minutes to cure, and done deal. And it's hard. I mean, I probably wouldn't recommend using UV resin just because of this reason right here. But I mean, for the video purposes, I just wanted to do that. I mean, that's very cool. Very, very cool. Well, there you have it, guys. Now we know we can use this to make small things. I mean, I guess if you really wanted to make a big thing, you could do that too. I mean, you could also do charms. You know, you could make some really cool charms if you wanted to with it, which would be actually pretty cool if you had a really cool charm you wanted to make a mold of because, you know, you really like it. That's another thing you could do. So, yeah. Well, all right, guys. That's my demonstration video of the Let's Resin Silicone Putty. Fairly simple to use. I mean, very simple to use. And just make sure that when you're doing pokey things, have pokey things on them, that you don't press it all the way through because it will go all the way through. So, yeah. Well, if you like this video demonstration, please smash that like button and leave me a comment as to what you think and what you would use it for. What would you make a mold of with this stuff? And and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe because, yeah, we do demonstrations of brand new products from Let's Resin. And, yeah, pretty cool stuff. I've never even considered getting this stuff because I wasn't really too sure what I would ever do with it. But now I know. So, yeah. Well, all right, guys. Remember, stay creative, stay curious, and always stay positive. And we'll see you on the next one. Good night, everyone. Bye.